Encounter is brought to you by the Broome County Council of Churches.
Friends, welcome to the Encounter program. My name is Mark Kimpland. I'm the pastor at the Endwell United Methodist Church. It's great to be with you today. And for our program today, we have with us as our guest Lynne Kimpland, who is the Director of Children's Ministry at the Endwell United Methodist Church, and also my wife. Lynne, welcome to this time together, and I look forward to sharing and talking about the vision that we have and that you've brought to the Endwell United Methodist Church. But to begin, if you would, just kind of share a little bit about your background, about your passion regarding children's ministry. I know that you have over 25 years of experience along this line, yes. So just briefly share your background with everyone.
Sure, I'd love to. First, thanks for having me here. I've had an interest in the arts ever since I was very young, and actually went to college as an art major. And shortly after there, we got married and we went into ministry, and I had a passion to work with children and to bring them into the life of the church. I enjoy the theater, I enjoy singing, and I guess I wanted to show the children that they have a gift, or they can do that as well, and show their gifts and graces and feel that they are valued. And started working with the children's ministries early on in our ministry, and doing all creative things within the life of the church. I have a background in personal training. I'm a certified personal trainer and a certified life coach, and I think that plays in a lot of where my gifts and graces come from, and I enjoy utilizing them to show other people that they also have some gifts and graces, including children.
It certainly is a passion of yours and has been for a long, long time. I guess my question is, as we kind of start out there here, and we have your background as a backdrop, why is children's ministry, especially in the local church, why is that important? Why should that be a real main focal point for all churches? What makes children's ministry so important?
I guess I found out early in our ministry that to create programs within the life of the church, to make a positive impact on a child's life, and to create a safe place for children and their families to come, and to show that they are loved, and so that they can go out into the world and spread that love. And you can do that in many different ways, and I've gotten creative throughout the years to do that. And once you create this safe place for children, studies have shown that children remain a part of the church even into their adulthood, and then they now bring their own children into the life of the church.
So what impact have you seen in doing that, especially with a family unit? Because you talk about the idea of the importance of children's ministries, but it also impacts the family also. How have you seen that manifest itself throughout your years in children's ministry?
Well, it's a place for families to come together and have fun. Families are busy today. Parents are both working, they have careers, kids are off doing their sports, and it's hard for families to come together and enjoy a fun activity, or just to keep together as a unit and to enjoy being together in creative ways. And I find that the church is a place that can happen, and be an impacting place for that to happen, and a safe place for families to come together and have fun.
Great. You've been the Director of Children's Ministries at the Endwell United Methodist Church since about August or so of last year. What are some of the events? What are some of the things that either you have done, you've instituted since then, or that you are promoting here in the near future? Can you kind of first tell us a little bit about what you've put in place since you've been the Director of Children's Ministries?
Sure. The old model is the Sunday school model, and I have found throughout the years that Sunday school is a place for children to come on Sundays and to learn about the love of God. However, we had to kind of create a new program to engage the kids, to get them excited, to let them have fun. And the program is called Children's Church. And I found that if you have a number of teachers teaching and not just a couple teaching every Sunday, they're more motivated to teach. So we have a rotational system. I've recruited 16 teachers. We have 2 age brackets, kindergarten through 2nd and 3rd through 6th grade. And we have 4 teams of teachers in each age group that rotate. Each month, they only teach once a month. It's working out great. The kids are loving. Our program is growing, and I look for many exciting things to happen in the future.
And even the idea of growing into a 3rd group, as I understand, also with a very small, with the small children. Take me through a children's church at the present time is from 9:15 to 10:15 on Sunday mornings in between the 2 worship services at the Endwell United Methodist Church. Take me through a typical children's church morning as the kids all gather at 9:15 ready to learn and get together with each other. Kind of take me through a typical morning, if you would.
Sure. The kids arrive at 9:15 and attendance is taken. And the teachers start off in their individual classrooms with the Bible lesson. We follow a curriculum, and in that curriculum there's activities, there's games, there's arts and crafts. And so the kids for the first 45 minutes or so will be in their individual classrooms having fun in their age groups. And then at about 10 o'clock they all come together and we have singing. And the kids are learning currently 2 songs that they'll be singing during worship in the next month or so. So it's great that they're in separate groups, but I think it's important for them to come together as well as a unity, as a team. And we've been finding that the older kids are enjoying helping the younger kids sing, so it's working out great.
This children's choir that you're talking about, this group of children, premiered on Christmas Eve, also at the early 7 o'clock p.m. worship service. Tell us a little bit about that, about the song selection and such, and did they enjoy it was kind of a rap type of genre. What can you share about
correct.
that? Were they excited about that?
Yes, the children went through a curriculum. It was an Advent curriculum, and along with the curriculum came a couple of songs that were sung to kind of a karaoke, and they were upbeat songs, and the kids really enjoyed singing and doing some hand motions and coming together as a group and rehearsing for that. And then when they actually presented it, they were very excited to do that and to be able to stand up in front of the congregation and share their gift of song with the congregation. So they enjoyed that. And they also had a reading. The older children did a reading that was very meaningful about Christmas and what the true meaning of Christmas is. So it was fun.
And they're preparing now for what? That choir and such things. Are they preparing to be a part of the worship experience again anytime soon?
Yes. They're, like I said, they're learning 2 songs that are in the current curriculum that they're working on right now. And I think they'll be ready next month. They're enjoying it. They're singing along. They're learning hand motions to go along with the songs. And again, one of the songs is in a round, so the older children are singing one part, the younger children are singing another part, and I think it's coming together beautifully. So I think they'll be ready next month.
Good. They'll be excited to make a joyful noise.
That's right.
Either way, good. What about some other upcoming events? I know that there's some things on the calendar that are not just a part of what Endwell United Methodist Church does, but the entire community that are invited to attend, especially this upcoming Family Winterfest that you have planned. Can you share a little bit about that?
I try to plan a family event at least once every 2 months or so to pull in families, not just within our church community, but the community around us, and open it up and create a fun atmosphere. This next event that's coming up is February 1st, and we're calling it the Super Bowl of Caring Winter Family Fest. We're going to have some games, activities for the kids. We have some arts and crafts. We have a musician coming in. His name is Johnny Only. He's a local musician here in Endwell. We also have the Endwell Fire Department that will have a display table. And the children are asked if they're attending. It's a free event, and like I said, it's open to the community, but they're asked to bring a canned good item to support CHOW, and also give any donations that they can. We're collecting donations, and all the donations will benefit CHOW.
Okay.
So it's a family fun event and a ministry wrapped all in one, where families can come together and have fun and play games and wrap it around a ministry as well.
And the time for that on February 1st will be?
February 1st from 11 to 1 p.m.
Okay. And the entire community is welcome, and bring your children, and there may even be outside activities, as I understand, depending on just how cold or just how much snow we may have at that time. And so we'd like to invite everybody to join that time. And even the next day on February 2nd, following both worship services at the Endwell United Methodist Church at 8:15 and 10:30, we also will be sharing our Super Bowl of Caring event, where soup will be offered in between worship services, where people can come and fellowship and share in some refreshment and purchase soup to go or to eat right there. And one of the neat things that has some history here at the Endwell United Methodist Church is this is the 10th annual Super Bowl of Caring event. And over those 10 years, they have donated close to $5,000 for Chow. And so we're going to keep that program going both on February 1st, that Saturday, which will be the Family Fun event, and also the following day following both worship experiences. Another thing that I know that you're very passionate about, that not only speaks to children's ministry, but also to the community at large, and especially to families, is Vacation Bible School. Tell us a little bit about your passion about Vacation Bible School. We are set to have that also at the Endwell United Methodist Church in mid-July. But tell us a little bit about your passion for that and what you see emerging here regarding Vacation Bible School.
Well, summer is a time off for kids, and kids have a great time in the summer. But when you get to about July, I think kids are really starting to get a little bored with what's going on. So early in our ministry, I started implementing Vacation Bible School in our churches, and I think I have as much fun with it as the kids do. I start planning Vacation Bible School shortly after Easter. It's a huge event. It brings the community and the kids together. It's a week of fun, laughing, and learning about God. And how much they're loved. And the whole purpose, I think, is for kids to minister to kids. We're looking to hopefully have a water slide this year, which has a tendency to draw in many more kids. And it's a safe, like I said, it's a safe place for kids to come and have fun, and to build relationships, and to feel loved, and to just kind of go out into the world and carry that impact with them as they get older and into adulthood.
Now, I've always been impressed by the model that you typically use with Vacation Bible School, an intergenerational thing where you have different groups of kids, but they're all of different ages. It's not so much that you have second and third graders and just third and fourth graders. Can you speak to that and how that's impacted the lives of the kids through the years?
Sure. What we found is, instead of grouping the children into age groups, we found that the older children, if you group the older children with the younger children and have a mixed age group, that they kind of help, and they fill in a gap where there's a need. Whether it's taking them by the hand and taking the little ones to the bathroom, or helping them with a craft project. I think the older kids that attend feel that they have a sense of value, that they could help, that they can play an important role in the life of a small child, and that works beautifully. To see an older child helping a younger child is very meaningful, and it's a wonderful. Like I said, I gain so much more from watching the kids, and I glean so much from them. I think it impacts me as well.
So with this Vacation Bible School, you have different groups of kids of all different ages in these different groups, and you may have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of kids, depending on how many are there. Take us through a typical night of Vacation Bible School, because this is, I know the sanctuary will be all transformed because the theme will be...
Our theme this year is Jungle Safari. So the sanctuary will be set up.
Turn to a jungle.
All right.
Awesome. Awesome.
I'm sure you'll enjoy that on
Yes.
Sunday morning. But the kids arrive all together, and they will be in their groups, and they'll be sitting, and we'll start with music, and we'll have kind of a little skit or something to kind of introduce the children to the theme of the day. And then they will break off, and they'll rotate. They'll either go to crafts, arts and crafts, they'll go outside for the water slide, or they'll go to Bible story. And throughout the course, they'll rotate, and then we all come together in the middle of the 2 or 3 hour span to have snack, because I think it's important that they're all together during snack. And to see a fellowship hall full of children laughing and talking and eating is great. And then after snack, they begin to rotate. So each of the groups will make sure that they get into the arts and crafts, the Bible story, or the water slide. At the end of the night, they'll all come back together for the closing, and we've gotten very creative in the past years on their closing. Sometimes we do little video clips of them throughout the night, and then we show it at the closing. And you know, kids, they love to see themselves on the big screen. So it's a fun night. It's an exhausting week, but it's a fun week.
And this will go Monday through Friday, and what are the times?
Our VBS is scheduled for July 14th through the 18th, and I usually like to plan it in the evening because I find that I get more adult help, so it'll go 6 to 9.
Okay.
In the evenings.
Okay. And one of the neat things that I've always have been impressed with is that the snack isn't just a snack. It's just not a time to come and eat goldfish or pretzels, but the snack also goes along with the theme.
The snack also goes along with the theme. The whole night is wrapped around the theme of the night, whether it's God loves me or God protects me or whatever it is. The whole night the children are reminded of that theme, whether they're doing an arts and crafts, an activity, a skit, the snack. It all is wrapped around that theme. Repetition helps even adults remember.
Indeed, indeed. And one of the neat things too about the Vacation Bible School I've always been impressed with, and I'm looking forward to see this emerge here in Endwell, is the closing. Because we do it in the sanctuary as we do the opening, and that's where the parents and the families come to pick up their children, and they too become a part of that. We talked about how important children's ministry is, because children's ministry is only a ministry if it affects the family. Can you say a little bit about that closing, especially on that last night and such things, as all the families come together and the kids are singing, and
Sure.
what that means to you spiritually?
Well, I guess before I even get into that, one of the things I forgot to mention is the children do participate in a mission project. And in the past, whatever it is, I'm not sure what it's going to be this year, but it's been our local animal shelter, where the kids each night of the week will bring in either dog food or cat food or what's most needed at our local animal shelter. And I think it impresses upon a child to see at the end of the week all the items that they pulled as a child to make an impact. And I think that's really important. And when parents come in at the end of the night, they are invited to come in and to sit with us during the closing and to sing with us. And I think it just impresses upon the parents that it makes them really proud of their children, and to see their kids singing and participating and wanting to be a part of a mission and to be unified with another group of children to do that. And to just see the love in the room and the atmosphere. It's just a wonderful feeling, and it's well worth all that goes into the planning of this Vacation Bible School.
And these kids then are invited back the following Sunday for our VBS Celebration Sunday, where they're going to show a little bit of what they learned and to share some songs. And the sanctuary will still be an African safari at that time too, which
jungle safari.
Yes, which will be great. I know that there's probably many people. My prayer is that there's many people watching this program, listening to this VBS that'll be at the Endwell United Methodist Church, and perhaps wondering how they might be able to be involved in that. What is it that you need, especially from someone who's maybe never done a VBS before, but what are some of the areas in which people could be involved in this program as it grows and as it emerges? Because our goal is to have nearly 100 children this year attend our Vacation Bible School, and that's going to take a lot of volunteers and a lot of people working. What are some of the things that if people are listening to this program that you could motivate them and prepare them if they wanted to help?
Well, I think the first thing is be ready to have fun and to watch children have fun and be excited. Like I said, I've gleaned so much from planning and putting it together, and I think the adults that participate will also. I have found in the past that once you participate in a Vacation Bible School, you're ready to sign up for the next year, because it is that impacting, it's that powerful of a week. And I think once they take that leap of faith and to say, and it doesn't matter what your background is, you don't have to have a background in Bible study or whatever. You just have to have a love to show to children and to show the love of God to children. And I think whatever happens, God will use your own gifts and graces to help.
Now, are
you
there
through.
specific areas in which you would want people to participate, like if it be snack or,
Yes.
or leading a group?
There's
what would some of
there's
those
different
areas be?
activities that I'll need help with, whether it's the Bible story or the arts and crafts or the snacks. And then there's the leaders who will take the children around to the different activities and lead them through that. So there's all different areas that I'm going to need help in. And again, I'll probably start recruiting people shortly after Easter, because this takes several months to pull together. So
Absolutely.
just be ready for that.
And our hope and our joy will be that we'll be securing a water slide that will be probably right in the front of the church, right down the main
Right.
Watson Boulevard and such things. And the idea that if you build it, they'll come. And it's been my experience having that water slide at most every VBS that. Boy, once you blow that up and you start throwing the water in there and the kids start screaming and yelling and such things, it's amazing how each night there's more children that are there
right.
participating in the program. So that's really, really something to look forward to. We only have a little bit of time left, but I want to just kind of pick your brain a little bit, because there may be people that are watching this that are part of a local church, and their children's ministry may be thriving, it may be struggling and such. But kind of viewing this, and I guess my next question to you is, what have you learned over the years about children's ministry? What have you learned and gleaned? What truth have you come out the other end with as to putting the program together, making it efficient, making it effective, and making it something that's a real high priority in the local church? Are there things that you've learned over the years that might relate to someone else watching this program?
I think so. I think if you create an excitement within the life of your church, and it's got to start with the kids, because I have found throughout the years that even if a family was not regularly attending church, if you create an entry point for even the children, they're going to bring their parents. Kids get excited, and when kids are excited, parents want to get involved with that excitement. So I think you have to start off excited first and help other people see that they have each individual gifts and graces that they can offer to help along a children's program like this, and to be able to share that gift and to make an impact on a child's life. I think that's important. So my role is to help adults see that they each have different gifts that they can utilize within the program, and to be excited about it.
And that brings me to another something I'd like you to talk about, because children's ministries and family ministries, they're intertwined. They're one of the same. And you have an event on Valentine's Day from 7 to 9 that you're offering the community at the Endwell United Methodist Church that deals very much with how the family operates, how the family loves and cares and connects with each other. You want to say a word about that?
Sure. Part of my life coaching passion is to create workshops for adults and young adults. And one of the workshops that I put together is called the 5 Love Languages. It's a book written by Dr. Gary Chapman, and he talks about each one of us having a love language, and there's 5 of them. And even in our marriage, I think when we realized what each other's love language was, and even our children's love language, I think it really helped. I mean, we have a great relationship, and we have a great relationship with our kids, but there are times when your love cup is feeling empty. And in this workshop, I will be showing a DVD by Dr. Gary Chapman. I invite the community to attend. It's a free event. It's open to the community. It's going to be on February 14th at the Endwell United Methodist Church from 7 to 9 p.m. And it's a fun, interactive event for young adults and adults. And it doesn't matter if you're single or if you're married or if you're in a relationship or you're not a relationship. To find out what your love language is and then to find out what your significant other or your spouse's love language, even your children's love language, to create that harmony within the family unit. And I think that's really important.
Yeah,
So-
and this would be open for youth also, and
It would be
younger
open-
adults
yes.
and later teens and
Yeah.
such things, so they can kind of figure out what their love language might be and relate that with other people.
The only thing I ask is that you register, so if you want more information, it's just to call the Endwell United Methodist Church and register for that event, so I know how many to prepare for.
Because this is a great tool, and we've heard this over the years, that going through a seminar like this, not only do you find out what your love language is, what speaks to you, that it helps you relate to somebody else. Because once you know somebody else's love language, what it is that makes them tick, it's a relational type of learning and such, and then you can relate better to other people.
That's
Have you
correct.
found that?
I have found that.
Yeah.
I mean, and you realize within any relationships, you realize that if people are not feeling love or you're not feeling love, that then the relationship becomes broken. And it's a simple technique, and it's a wonderful. It's just a wonderful book, a wonderful DVD, and I think it helps a lot of relationships. Whether you're in a great relationship or your relationship is not so great, it
Right.
really is very beneficial.
Right, so this is open to those that are married, those that are thinking about being married, whether their relationship is solid or they're struggling, for singles, for youth. It's open to everyone, and to find out what your love language is so that you can better relate with other people. Last thing, because we only have a few seconds left and such things, if you had one bit of truth to talk to any director of children's ministry or any church about children's ministry, what would that be? Just one final nugget.
I would say too, if you really have something on your heart that you want to, and you have a passion to direct children's ministry, to take that leap of faith, to have the courage and to know that you're empowered to do that, and not to be afraid. There's children out there that really need that ministry, and to just go ahead and take that leap of faith to do that.
Thank you, Lynn, for sharing, and I appreciate that. And